till you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money, money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
Buongiorno.
Arrivederci.
Welcome back to the Woodward live on Woodward.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spinball Rex.
What up, though?
Yo, Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the 1 to 2. We got young Casper in the Maz chair. Shout out.
Shout out, Casper.
Shout out Casper joining the show. Guys, you're here right now. Before you start your drive home, before you start dinner, if you're listening live, please make sure to stop and hit that like button.
5-star.
Otherwise, I'm gonna get fired. I'll be honest with you guys. Again. Fourth time.
For the first time this year, though.
For the first time this year.
For the first. I think I.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think I got one this year.
For the first time this summer.
For the first time this summer.
This season. It's been a strong season for you, Eazy. Proud of you.
They call me Young Jon Snow, this motherfucker. You feel me? Sports packed show for sure. You guys know how the intro goes.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about whatever the fuck else is going on. Speaking of which, Spencer's uncle wrote a beautiful song. Dedicated to his grandpappy.
Not my uncle. Jason Aldean.
But I call him daddy.
Jason Aldean wrote a song called something about a small town, or try that in a small town. And Chris, can you throw the lyrics up there?
Here we go. I got the
Sucker
second
punch
verse, too.
somebody on the sidewalk. Carjacking an old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face. Stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Round here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long. For you to find out, I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Hey, this
is the meat and potatoes of this song.
Got a gun that my granddaddy gave me. They said one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town. Dude, this is like...
Who's there?
Full of good old boys raised up right.
No, he didn't. Did he say that part?
Yeah, the bridge.
These are the lyrics.
Full of good old boys raised up right. If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town.
My favorite part of this segment is you reading and you're singing voice.
The granddaddy part. Like,
listen.
Got a gun that my granddaddy gave me.
I just like to say, that guy's granddad, probably one of the cool ones. Probably one of the cool ones.
Yeah,
one of the progressive ones.
The progressive ones, yeah. You call them colored folk instead of the N-word. So that's why you decided to write this song about it. Try that in a small town. This is just like...
Yeah, you think he's saying this. Like you sounded like a... Tired living like a blind man.
Yeah. Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. That's a way better song.
Is that when you started out though? That's like I feel like that's the cadence you were bringing.
Try that in a small town.
Try that in a small town. Put it back up. I want to try to rap these things.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you want Amigos flow this voice?
You want to do it, Chris?
I got it.
All right.
Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk. Carjack an old lady at a red light. Pull up on the owner of the liquor store. Woo. Yeah, you think it's cool? Well, act tough if you like. Cuss out a cop, hey, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough?
Light up.
Try it in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Hey,
round here we take care of our own. Hey, you cross the line, won't take long. Hey, for you to find out. Hey, I recommend you don't. Hey, try that small. Try it in a small town. 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 Try it in a small town.
Try it in a small town. Try it in a small town. Try it in a small town. Try it in a small town. Try it in a small town. Try it. I heard that song is actually featuring George Zimmerman. But I haven't.
I was gonna say somebody's grandpappy is pissed at that remix.
Yeah, I don't know if George Zimmerman has writing credits or not, but
maybe just an inspiration.
Don't try it in a small town, I guess is what Jason Aldean's trying to tell the people.
Let's make a list of shit where you're gonna try in a small town.
Yeah.
Not Jason Aldean and
his good old boys raised up, right?
I'm not offended by the song, guys. I think
You should not try those things in a small town.
I don't think we
I
should
think it's
try
a
it in a
warning.
small town. I think it's a warning.
I think it's a warning.
I think it's a warning. He says, I got a gun my granddaddy gave me. He said one day we're going to round him up. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what are you
That
doing?
part's a little sketchy.
The whole song is
How's that
sketchy.
a little
What are you-
sketchy, Easy?
Try that shit in a small town.
Listen, Jason Aldean made the first like country rap song.
Yeah.
He's pretty progressive.
Oh, I think Shabuzi did it best.
Shabuzi.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
Look up Shabuzi. He has
tell me.
a banging ass country song.
I'm in the middle of the
That's
show.
rap.
Who's Shabuzi?
I'll show you during commercial break.
You know what one actually I never knew that don't touch my truck. That's like that's a young black kid. Not from a small town.
Never heard the song.
Oh,
But
never
yeah.
heard that? Don't touch my truck.
Don't touch my
That
Should we go
really
to
tells
JB?
about Shabuzi. Though.
I think I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
about, yeah.
JB's been around the
Yeah.
folk.
But Jason Aldean did have Ludacris on the song too, so
Did he?
yeah.
See?
Sounds like he's compensating.
He also
I thought it was
chilling
Tim
on a dirt
McGraw.
road. He starts rapping that bitch.
Lay it back.
That's Nelly and Tim McGraw.
That's Tim McGraw?
Yeah, Nelly and Tim
Nelly
McGraw.
and Tim McGraw? Yeah.
No, that's cause it's all in my head.
Yeah.
I think about it over and
No,
over
I just,
again.
that's something.
Hold on. I gotta get because chill on the dirt road. He goes in. It's ass. I'm not gonna.
Dirt Road Anthem.
Yeah, dirt road anthem. Hold on. Back to my hood. I don't fucking know. You know what song I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I do.
Laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones, leader of the Ku Klux Klan. That was
It's just
smoke rolling out the window.
You know, it's just easy saying, don't try it in a small town. And we have, there was a record broken today. And
There was.
it's something that I've been trying to accomplish for a while.
Santa Clara Creamer.
You know, I try to do it every night to break this record, but OnlyFans model breaks world record for longest live streamed orgasm.
Keyword live stream.
Live streamed, yeah.
Brother, there's no confirmation of that. We know women fake orgasms all the time.
Not mine. It's always been real.
Yeah, every single one. They're
Like-
always real.
I could easily go break that record.
I'm the only
tonight.
one.
How long? Was there did it say how long?
Don't know.
She just said they fucking.
Yeah, that's true. Do they have like a tester in there?
I got you confirm that. How's the confirmation that she's actually orgasmed?
I don't know, man. Maybe they got somebody in there making sure.
I might embarrass myself right now, but I have a genuine question.
Yeah.
Still got to go down a little bit.
When
That was the perfect drop.
nice. When we finished,
Yeah.
we extrude. Is that a word?
Yeah. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
yes, we ejaculate.
Yeah, there you go. Ejaculate. I know women do sometimes too.
Yeah.
You like what is the how long is this? Because like you have to have enough fluids to even like continue the orgasm,
What if
right?
she was just pissing? Because you know it's like 70% piss.
No, that's not. No, like when they squirt, it's 70% piss.
Yeah.
yeah. That's when this girl is like, "Oh, I'm squirting." I'm like,
Oh.
"Yeah, get the fuck
Nasty.
off my bed, you
Yeah.
nasty
Disrespectful.
bitch. You disrespectful. I sleep here. You whore."
Yeah.
That's nasty.
It's nasty.
That's nasty.
The Gainesville Gappers.
Try that in a small town.
The
That's all,
Vincentville Bleeders, a small town team.
that's all I'm saying. You try that in a small town, it's not going to work out for you.
Milwaukee Milk Bags.
There was the Boston Bean Flickers earlier too.
Yep.
Boston Bean Flickers.
The Bensonville Bleeders, the Baltimore Boner Garages.
Well, guys, we're off to a hot start.
Good shark. Good start to the show.
Good chart.
Good start to the show.
Next week we'll have Rob Fun on. If you guys don't know, he's stepping in place of the fucking Dagestani who was supposed to fight. Forgot his fucking name already. Corey Sandhagen.
Yep.
Main event. Shout out to Rob
Catchweight.
Font. Yeah, catchweight.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be on here. That's August 5th. That's going down. Did you see Duplessis?
Yeah.
Out of the fight for that one?
Yeah.
So now he's going to fight Sean Strickland. What?
He's going to beat the shit out of Sean Strickland.
You think
dude.
so?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Sean Strickland's a bum.
1000% correct. But he is entertaining. Somewhat.
Sean Strickland was raised in a small town.
He is a former, yeah. He admits it.
Yeah.
He said he was a former, I don't even fucking, neo-Nazi. It was until he started fighting that he, like, got fringed like that. Yeah, he did a podcast with Rogan. It was actually all right.
Yeah, I mean, it makes
wasn't great.
sense. He tried that in a small town.
He did try that in a small town. Well, Costa also pulled from his fight. He's fighting Khamzat Chimaev now, too. I don't know the date on that one, but UFC's fucking fire right now.
They're moving shit around.
Lions re-signed your boy Justin Jackson.
Yep.
And we're talking about... Fuck, let's talk about that next. The camp battles.
Camp battles.
Yeah, because I think that's spicy.
That's ones they're gonna heat up, man. We got a lot that a lot is on the line for a couple different positions. So this camp is gonna confirm a lot of things about players that we know, and it's gonna show some guys that might surprise us in the future. So we'll see who comes out on top of multiple different position battles. But that's what camp's all about.
My camp was about learning how to tie knots and start fires.
In a small town.
In a small town.
Yeah.
It's a small town camp if I ever heard one, brother.
Are you with a cop and spit in his face?
We have the Jared Goff Madden ratings, but I'm almost kind of say it like its own topic, no? Or no?
You want to?
Kind of. I feel like I go, I mean, actually, maybe not. What do you want to do?
I mean, we can, because I know it'll just turn into you hating on Jared Goff segments.
Every day we hate Madden. I'm done talking about Madden.
I know.
Today, Jared Goff's rating.
It was just interesting at all. That's all. I mean, oh yeah, I have an update on that, by the way, too. Now, let's do it now. We'll make a final.
We only got 3 minutes.
You got 3 minutes?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Just wait.
Just wait?
Yeah, contain your anger.
I'm not that angry.
Let's just scream about being in a small town.
All right. Your small town.
Try that in a small town.
Rich Eisen was on Detroit's D, which he's been on for a while.
He has.
Fair.
He has.
He is part of the bandwagon.
Rich Eisen, Mina Kimes, Louis Riddick. A lot of people.
Louis Riddick been on for the longest. I remember he was like hype up the Lions like in 2014. Things changed since then, but
Things just ain't the same for gangsters.
things just ain't the same for gangsters. Madden is Easy's trigger word.
Is it?
Probably.
Madden.
What about the Pennsylvania pink tacos?
Pennsylvania pink tacos. That sounds amazing.
They're trying that in a small town.
Michigan muffin mufflers.
Jeez.
Michigan muffin mufflers. These are names
Expansion teams.
expansion teams in a certain
teams.
league.
For
We can
certain.
get the WNBA to like 40 teams, guys.
Way to go.
We can do it.
This fucking guy.
God damn
This
it,
guy
Chris.
is fucking starting center for the Columbus Cousins over there.
Yes, sir. Fifth year starting center.
Fucking specific league we're not gonna name. The WNBA. It's alright.
Definitely starting center for the Columbus Cousins.
Fifth year center transfer too. Right straight my freshman year.
Is this the season to finally judge the Lions coaching staff? That's in the prep. Damn, that's a good ass fucking.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to move that boy up. That's a good one.
Try that in a small town.
Try that in a small town. You watch your big city mouth over there, boy. Andre Drummond was in the clip with Kate Cunningham balling,
Yeah.
setting those screens.
Yep.
Is that enough to make you want him? He looked pretty good at setting those screens.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Honestly, though, I really would if we didn't have fucking 1,500 centers.
Yeah.
right now.
Get Kate his water for sure.
We have too many big men. We
Is
don't
Andre
need-
Drummond, would he be the best center on this team?
No.
No?
No. He'd be the backup center.
I think he might be the best center on this team.
No. You think he's
No?
better than Jalen Duren?
Ah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, the only one that matters.
Yeah.
Of the 6 centers.
No, he's not.
No. He's not.
Actually, can you pull up someone pull up Andre Drummond's numbers last year? I mean, this is Jalen Duren's rookie year, but I'm just kind of curious. Pull up Jalen Duren.
Try
I'm pretty
that
sure
in a
it's 8.
small town.
Yeah, for real.
6 points, 6.6 rebounds, 12.7 minutes.
Ew. Has he really fallen that far?
He
can only play.
has.
Dude, we're the
He
same
was
age.
screaming at kids.
was
I went to the league minimum.
Yeah.
He was like, "Try that shit in a small town." I dare you.
You city boy.
Fucking rascals.
It's
All right.
true.
I gotta tell you guys about Swiss Insurance. Then we get back, we start talking some football. But before then, I have to let you know that now it's summertime. If you didn't look outside, you now know. It's important to make sure that you are properly covered, whether it's just a grad party or big city visitors over your house to enjoy the lake or pool. Your liability exposure increases significantly in the summertime. Let the Swiss Insurance Group review your coverage and make sure you are protected from unexpected loss. Check us out at SwissINS.com. Again, that's SwissINS.com. Or call Mark today at 248-800-4177. Say, hut.
Small town.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network. Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, and parts. Carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. Servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground.
Buongiorno. Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WorldSports.com. I'm Eazy. That's at SpeakeAzy Sports _. That's at SpinMoreX.
What up, though?
At the Real Chris Platte. At JB up next. No underscore, in case you guys were wondering. Before we went to a break, we kind of talk about Justin Jackson, Detroit Lions re-signing him. Mm-hmm. It kind of leads to this topic of camp battles.
Yes.
Because he was a shining piece. I think that you and I both, like, you were high on him in the first place from the get-go. Mm-hmm. Just because of his time in L.A., if I'm not mistaken. But he officially re-signed the Detroit Lions. Obviously, they got to sign Ibrahim, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Still got Craig Reynolds.
David Montgomery, Craig Reynolds.
Craig.
Fuck going on at Battlefield, folk?
Yeah, there's I don't understand that big city language.
I don't understand that big city. Did she just go in the fucking closet and just disappear?
She's
fucking Narnia?
Yeah. But yeah, there are a lot of camp battles, and running back 3 is one of them. Obviously, we know that David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs have solidified spots on this roster. They are going to be pieces on this roster. They are going to be your running back 1 and running back 2 going forward. But running back 3 is where it gets a little dicey. You mentioned they just re-signed Justin Jackson. They brought in Mohamed Ibrahim, gave him some guaranteed money, so they obviously like him and what he can do. By all accounts, he was turning heads at the rookie training camp. Mm-hmm. And they still have Craig Reynolds, who, when Craig was healthy, when he was in the lineup, he showed that he can make plays. He showed that he can get some things done in the Lions uniform. So that running back 3 spot is going to be up for grabs looking at those 3 guys in the training camp, and I'm not mad about it. Like I said, it breeds competition. You can always have guys on the practice squad, and we'll see what goes there. But I think it's between, honestly, no disrespect to Craig Reynolds, I think it's between Justin Jackson and Ibrahim for who gets that RB3 spot coming out of camp.
I think you're correct. And everybody loves Craig Reynolds from what we learned from Hard Knocks last year. Like, half the reason he wasn't cut was because of that. Yeah. Offensive lineman specifically went up to Dan Campbell or Ben Johnson, whoever it was, and he said that, if you guys fucking cut him, we're rioting, or whatever the fuck he said, whatever expression he used. But I mean, listen, Craig Reynolds, his father follows us on Twitter. I don't know if he watches the show or not. Shout out to Papa Craig. But
shout out.
Who do you think is better? I mean, I kind of like the upside of Jackson a little bit.
The upside of Jackson? I
just think he's more versatile. I mean, Reynolds is solid.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jackson's more like explosive.
Jackson is more explosive.
Home run play in him.
He's a better receiver out of the backfield. And we saw last year when he gets in there, he makes plays. But the same can be said for Craig Reynolds. Like, when Craig Reynolds was healthy and on this team and he's given his opportunity, he took full advantage of it. He was out there making plays. So we'll have to see. Obviously, this is going to be a big battle in camp because, like I said, they paid, $200,000 to Ibrahim to sign him as an undrafted free agent. And that's a pretty good, pretty sizable investment for an undrafted free agent if you want to bring him into a part of your team. So I don't know if they're just going to let him go after all that. And like I said, all accounts are that he's looking explosive. We know what he did in college. He was a great college running back. Unfortunately, the devalued position and injuries made him fall out of the draft. But they have a good competition brewing, and there's going to be a lot of scrutiny on their choice, no matter who it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the contract for Muhammad Ibrahim, at least $200,000. That actually ain't that much. No, I'm thinking about it. I know he had $100,000 guaranteed, but if it's just $200,000, I mean, maybe he is the odd man out. Because I mean, you're talking about the other guy, Craig Reynolds. You're talking about millions. Jackson, I'm sure his contract's within the millions. I love her. He shut the door. You know. Or we're going to have to do some small town things.
Yeah, we're going to have to show her about a small town.
We're going to have to show her about this small town. But I'm just looking at last year's roster heading in 2022. They only kept 4 running backs. Ibrahim has the upside. He's younger. He's cheaper. But you know what Jackson brings to the table. You know what Reynolds brings to the table. I think he's the sole question mark on the situation. If he's only paid $200,000, he may be the odd man out. But that's not the only training camp battle going on, Speedy. We also got the CB2.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and cornerback 2 is a big one. If Emmanuel Mosley is healthy, if he's 100% coming into camp, it's going to be between him and Jerry Jacobs for who gets that cornerback 2 spot opposite of Cam Sutton, and that is also something you like to watch, you like to see, because we know Jerry Jacobs plays every game with a chip on his shoulder. He's always been looked down. We in Detroit love him. We know what he can do. We know he is a very, very solid option out there.
We know he's better than a 67.
We know
Madden.
he's better than a goddamn 67, Madden. Fucking Ronnie Madden. I'm looking at you and your stupid face. Jerry Jacobs has been disrespected for a while, and I think that just fires him even more. That now he's got more to prove, and I wouldn't be surprised, especially with Emmanuel Mosley coming off the injury, if he wins that spot coming out of camp.
I think it's Jerry Jacobs' spot to lose. I think Emmanuel Mosley has coming back with the ACL injury. I know they signed him to money, but it wasn't like big time money. It's a big prove year for him. I'm not saying that he can't win the position from Jerry Jacobs, but it's Jerry Jacobs to start the season, and it's going to be a hard job to pry away from him. If this isn't like a franchise, we talk about this all the time. But this is not a team that's just giving guys positions or opportunities because of the contracts they signed or where they were drafted. Like, you truly have to earn your keep around here, and that's one of the reasons you ain't gonna try that in a small town. You know what I'm saying?
You're not trying that in a small town.
You ain't at all.
You don't want to.
In all seriousness, though, I think it's gonna be a hard job for Manny Mosley to pry. It's not that Jerry is like some elite cornerback. It's just like I don't think he doesn't do anything bad enough to like have the job stripped from him.
Yeah.
It would have to be Mosley like looking great in camp, locking down like an Amon-Ra or Jamison Williams, which maybe he can. But I was never. Oh my God, the latest WNBA team, expansion team in the Woodward Sports Chat. Oh wow, what?
It's getting a little racy.
Getting a little risque in there. But I think. I don't know, man. Who do you think at the end of the year is holding on to season?
I think it's Emmanuel Mosley at the end of the year. I think they brought him in here because they see him as an upgrade from what they had, and unfortunately, that could be Jerry Jacobs' spot that he loses. But I'm not counting Jerry out, man. The guy has proven at every turn that he is a guy that you need on the field. He is a guy that clawed and scratched his way to get playing time, and he's done nothing to lose that. He's done nothing to have that taken away. Unfortunately, I think Emmanuel Mosley, once he gets healthy, will be the guy there. But it's Jerry's spot to lose, man.
I'm going to go with... I think Jerry could hold it down. But I think he's going to be put in a tough situation where he's asked to like shadow a Justin Jefferson or something like that. And that's when, like, if he fails, which everyone more than likely does, that's where you ask Emmanuel Mosley to step in and prove something else. So I guess I'll go with Emmanuel Mosley, although I think Jerry is more than deserving, or more than capable, I should say, of holding another CB2 spot. Also, I forgot to say this in the intro. Madden laid off 700 employees.
Madden?
Yeah, back in March.
Good.
EA laid off more than 700 employees.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's like...
I think they should do 700 more. Like, those fuckers need to get out of this small town.
They clearly fired fucking people who like
worked on Madden,
yeah, because it all makes sense now. But moving on from then, you have the wide receiver situation we kind of talked about a little bit yesterday. So when you break it down.
Yeah, obviously you look at the wide receiver situation, and Jamison Williams does not take up a roster spot until he's reinstated from his suspension, so that's good. But
oh, really?
Yeah, he does not take up a roster spot until he comes back in Week 7. So,
are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that. As of right now, you have Amon-Ra St. Brown, you've got Marvin Jones, you've got Josh Reynolds, you've got Khalif Raymond. And then you're looking at what? You said they had 6 receivers last year, correct?
Yes.
So you got those last 2 spots, and it breaks down to guys like Antoine Green, Denzel Mims, Chase Cota, different guys they brought in to see if they can actually make it happen. So we'll see what happens, but I find it hard that to keep Denzel Mims off of the opening day roster, out of the final cuts, just because of what he brings physically as a 6'3" guy, as a 4'3" speed guy. It's tough to leave that kind of potential off your team.
I think I watched some tape on him last night. I hate to be that guy when we're all like trying to be excited about it. Thought it was ass. I'm not gonna lie. Like for a 4'3" guy, it's crazy how like the lack of separation he's able to get. It was kind of like mind-boggling. Even like the clip we posted on Instagram last night or whatever. Yeah, last night for when we finally traded for him. Like he catches a slant and like it's just. I don't know. It just didn't look like a 4'3" guy to me. I don't know if it's.
You know who's great at creating separation?
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
That's true.
Because you know who's known for how much separation he could create and his catch and run after, his run after the catch.
The fuck are you trying to say right now?
You know who was known for the amount of separation he could create and his run after the catch ability?
No.
Brock Wright. That's obviously the first name that comes to mind when you think of stuff like that. No, but Ben Johnson will help in that. His scheme will help get him open, and when you have that kind of weapon, when you have that kind of speed, you want to see it. Mm-hmm. You want to take the Ferrari for a spin. Maybe it's not a Ferrari. You want to take the Jeep Wrangler for a spin, but you want to see what it can do in the open field before you just let it go.
Yeah, you're 100% right, because you got the situation with Cleve Raymond. Cleve Raymond, before, obviously, the first year in Detroit, 2021, there was, like, lack of depth at the wide receiver position, so he's probably seen a lot more snaps than typically, but his career years are both in Detroit. Up until 2021, we hit 576. I'm talking about Cleve Raymond. Guess his career high.
234.
187. Same as Tyga, which actually kind of mimics the career high of Mims too. Yeah, Mims hasn't really done shit either.
Brad Holmes finds these guys. He found Josh Reynolds, obviously, who was cut from the Titans. Mm-hmm. Charles Harris. He found Isaiah Buggs. He finds these guys and brings them in, and they have good situations here in Detroit with the pieces around them and the schemes that helps them rely on their raw natural talent.
Damn. Denzel Mims doesn't have a career touchdown in the NFL at all.
Yeah.
I think I like what he brings to like the offense in terms of like the thing I missed. I said this yesterday too. Mm-hmm. What I miss about DJ Chark is like a guy who can take deep, 6'4" guy, 4 foot. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just kidding. Can run a 4'3". I think not even just performance wise, just to keep the defense honest and help open up things for other guys too. So maybe he is the one that makes the team, but just you can't count out Tom Kennedy. He's there. He's going to be there. He's always going to stay there. He's going to be in the back of people's mind. And what could have been? Great wide receiver, Tom Kennedy.
If Tom Kennedy has one catch this year, Flannel has to buy me, D-Mac, and Neil coffee.
He's going to have one catch this year for sure. Without a doubt.
He has to have a single catch.
Look at that receiver, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. Khalif's our special teams guy.
Yeah.
He's making the roster.
He's making the roster 1,000%.
Josh Reynolds, in my mind, I can't see a situation where he doesn't.
Josh Reynolds is making the roster.
The roster for sure.
Marvin Jones is making the roster for sure.
Maybe it's definitely going to be. Mims will be there until Jameis ready to come back.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Tell us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's. You can walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 1 car for you and 1 for your wife, girlfriend, or best bud. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spinmo Rax.
What up, though?
Chris JB Smooth. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. Welcome back, Joey 2 times. Long time no see. Carrying on with more Detroit Lions
Joey
talk.
2 times has Jamar Jefferson fighting for that running back spot too.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
What? Go ahead.
What?
You gonna slander him some more?
No, he it's a joke. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Yeah. Joey gets it.
He gets it.
Joey gets it.
He's small time vibes.
Small town.
Gets it.
Yeah.
Picking up small time vibes on that one. I want to jump into the 638, man. I was in love with this topic. You asked, is this season finally the season where you could judge the Detroit Lions coaching staff? How you feel about that? What inspired that one for you?
I mean, I think it is because we talked about how, last year, Aaron Glenn, you were house patience holding the flag for Aaron Glenn. And we talked about how I used the analogy that he was trying to make a salad with spoiled vegetables, but now he's got guys. Now he's got dudes. Ben Johnson coming into year 2 with his offense, with those dudes that are going to be dudes. They got people out there. They got players out there anymore, so there's no more excuses on the lack of talent. Dan Campbell, realistic expectations on this team. Now he's got the new head coach jitters. Shouldn't be making any more end of the game stupid mistakes like we saw last year in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be making any more questionable calls. This is the year where you can finally know what you have because there's no more excuses. They have players. They have guys. They've been stuck for a while in the rebuilding stage with less than great talent, but now they've got great talent on both sides of the ball. Now they have realistic expectations to win the NFC North and make the playoffs. So that's where you can really draw the line on these guys and see what they're truly going to be.
Yeah, I think coaching, especially the head coaching position, will always be on microscope, especially when you feel like a team finally has like talented pieces around. And I think we feel that way, especially offensively. I have no concerns there. I think it's well documented for both you and I. We got it on wax. All right, we were Ben Johnson guys before Ben Johnson even called the play as the official offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. But defensively, my defend the Glenn stance, I think this is the year where I'm either right or wrong. I think last year obviously it proved to be things were projecting high. Mm-hmm. I'm saying things looked well for AG. And I think that's why Brad Holmes rewarded him with more pieces. Not just reward him, but like they needed to fucking grab those pieces regardless. But yeah. I'm with you. This is the year where I can no longer defend the Glen if there's a bad game. Mm-hmm. If there's a Seattle situation going down this year, I can't defend the Glen. If everyone's healthy in the secondary especially. So, yeah, him especially. But I'm confident. I'm confident he'll be able to do it. I know he's done a lot of exotic things in the past and that made you head scratch. I think Dan Orlowski, one of the best guys at articulating football into like common sense for common folk and small town folk.
Small town folk.
He scratched his head at moments last year with some of the articulate things that AG was doing, but as the season progressed and the NFL's youngest roster learned their roles and they learned to trust each other more, as Dan Campbell said on the podcast with Chris Long, you saw that defense turn around, especially in the run defense against running backs. Our quarterback still fucked us up a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. AG, we talked about Malcolm with that live on this show. He said AG doesn't believe in QB spies. It's maybe something AG learned from
maybe you should start believing.
Yeah, maybe you should start believing because quarterbacks were fucking us up.
Yeah.
I'm talking about every quarterback outside maybe Daniel Jones. But I think those guys, the younger guys again from last year's roster, are going to be a lot more comfortable around each other and within the system. And I think he has a lot more athletes to poke around and put in different places too. Like I remember Brian Branch specifically. I think we spoke about this on I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but I don't think he'll see the field often as a safety, but in like special situations where he could fit in as another like linebacker or whatever the hell you want to put him at. I could see that. I mean, AG is truly like creative. He gets nasty. The NASCAR package you learned from last year too, dropping Aiden back in coverage. I think another person too. I think is gonna take a big step as like maybe not so much in sacks. I mean, obviously I hope that's a production of it, a piece of that. But James Houston.
Yeah.
I think that the ability to play linebacker, both in coverage and as an edge rusher, I think is something that like he's gonna flourish in.
Yeah, they've got so much versatility now when you look at it with what the pieces they've added. We talked about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson being able to play a lot of different positions. Cam Sutton being able to play a lot of different positions. You look at a guy like James Houston who can do multiple things. A guy like Malcolm Rodriguez who can do multiple different things. Brian Branch they brought in because of his ability to do multiple things on the field. So Aaron Glenn's going to be able to get just as nasty on defense as Ben Johnson is on offense. With the ability of packages that he'll be able to put out there, with the different personnel that he can give teams, the looks that he can give teams to change things up and keep them on their toes, we're going to be able to see some nice things. So I'm excited to see what we get out of these guys. I have a lot of faith in all of them. I agree. I think Ben Johnson's shown us that he is one of the best offensive minds in football. I think that Aaron Glenn has shown us that when he's given time, when he's given actual talent, he'll be able to put out a good result, a very good result for the defense. And Dan Campbell came in a form at the end of the year where he wasn't making the boneheaded decisions. He wasn't making the stupid calls. So I think this coaching staff has a big year in front of them, and I think they're going to rise to the opportunity.
Chris, you had something on this one?
Yeah. I mean, the answer to this question is yes, and you don't have to listen to us. Look at just the NFL landscape. I mean, both Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn got head coaching interviews. So that tells me that they already the whole NFL sees these guys as potential future coaches. And so they're not long for the position that they're in right now.
Yeah. Final decision will be. This is not going to be a final decision. Actually, we're going to continue to judge these guys and make the assessments the same way. I think you look at a situation where who was my man that was in Chicago before Dick Face, the other Dick Face,
Matt Nagy.
Matt Nagy, when he got to Chicago, he literally won head coach of the year.
Yeah.
This dude, I don't listen. I'll be real with you guys.
He won a playoff game with Mitch Turdbergler.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I hate the fucking Bears. You guys know this. Mm-hmm. But Matt Nagy, what he did with that roster, time and time again, I think obviously a little bit of injury and bad luck the final year, but like for him to be head coach of the year at one point, winning not Super Bowl, Jesus Christ, but playoff games with Mitch Turdberg, Mitch Trubisky, to fire, blamed the fucking. They excused everything on him. Like that'd be a piece I'd want to bring Justin Fields under. I don't know why he was fucking blamed for everything, but that was an actual good coach, and that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we can make the final. Some people, I kind of feel what I feel about these coaching staff, especially the offensive and defensive coordinators. I think I have more questions about Dan Campbell because I look at the what's been done right now, and I credit those guys more than Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell's been kind of vocal. Jesus fucking Christ, vocal. I'm gonna say verbal and vocal at the same time. I know. I'm sorry.
Frugal.
Pop the A, feel like I could lift the tree up, got the fucking crisscross of words and shit.
Don't try that in this small town.
Don't try that in a small town.
But I think Dan Campbell's more like like the ringleader. I mean, like he said, I make the game plan, but I delegate to these guys for like the actual like actions and like what we're gonna do.
Dan Campbell is a leader of men. Dan Campbell is a guy who rallies the troops. Dan Campbell is a guy who delegates, and then when he feels like he needs to make a decision, he steps in and makes the decision. Mm-hmm. A lot of those fourth down, go for it, the punt to not punt, to kick the field goal, to not kick the field goal. That's on Dan Campbell. Those tough decisions, and he lives or dies by them. And he's never going to throw his guys under the bus saying they made the wrong decision. As a head coach, it all falls on you. Mm-hmm. And he is a guy that has broad shoulders, literally and physically. Like, the guy's a monster, but he showed last year that he can be a competent head coach, and he had the guys ready to fight anybody. He kept the team in it. They started fucking 1-6, man, and nobody gave up. You know how tough it is to keep a group of men inspired when you're looking at the face of the bottomless pit of 1-6 in the NFL? Mm-hmm. Like, they easily could have just thrown in the towel, said, fuck it, we're tanking, it's over. No, they went out there and they continued. I remember halfway through the season, we were like, oh, what if the Lions have the first and second pick in the NFL draft? Yeah, what if they get Bryce Young and Will Anderson? Like, this is something that it says that great stretch of football they pulled off is because of Dan Campbell, because he kept those guys engaged, because they never gave up in him, because that kneecap biting, double shot drinking, gun slinging, rootin' tootin' son of a gun had him going, had them ready for every game, and they weren't in their heads about it. They were taking it a week at a time, and that's impressive.
And I think too, like again, I have my opinion of this coaching staff. I think every piece of it is, in terms of coordinators, is great. So even I look at AG and like learning from himself and being willing to listen to Aiden Hutchinson and him actually like stand up as an edge rusher. That's great leadership. You have to be open. You have to hold people accountable. Like if Aiden's becoming short of like what you expect him to be as a number 2 overall pick, you kind of have to go down to him at some point. Like, what do you think it is? Yeah. Like, what was going on? And Aiden's obviously said, "Hey, coach, I think I'm better sometimes, certain situations, standing up." Okay, let's try it. Tried it. Worked out. Yeah. Otherwise, like beforehand, you had a stubborn fucking Matt Patricia who thinks he was always right and had the best defense of all time, or made the greatest defensive call of all time. When more so, I think that was a play on fucking Malcolm Butler and a bad call by fucking Pete Carroll.
And Bill Belichick ran the defense anyways.
Yeah, like you gotta
be chick.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking douchebag. I fucking hate Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia's a fucking turd sandwich, dude.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking sicko mode.
Yeah, now you got guys that hold themselves accountable. So you don't have guys that at the fucking press conference are chewing their stupid pencil, riding around on their quad saying, well, we had a good game plan. They just didn't execute.
Yeah, that's pussy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and everybody loves him, man. Everybody says, like, I see it in the chats throughout the shows all the time. Like, if it means losing Ben Johnson, you have to give rid of Campbell to keep Ben Johnson. And there's, like, I see the train of thought, but, man, aren't you worried about what that'll do to the locker room? If you lose Ben Johnson, what that'll mean for the locker room? Or, I mean, if you lose Dan Campbell, if you fire Dan Campbell,
yeah,
how that locker room would flip on you? Because they adore that man. They love that man.
I think it would be similar to a Dwayne Casey situation where, like, he steps into it, the office. Because not like he did anything in that situation, not like he's done anything wrong. It's just
I don't think
it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen.
Dan Campbell's not relinquishing his head coaching position to Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
I also think he would look for another coaching opportunity. I don't think he'd have interest in being a front office executive.
Not at all. He is a fucking head. There's no way that's in the front office. Fucking.
Yeah.
Coffee. 50.
Spielman is.
That's true, but Spielman's also like 60s.
Yeah.
Spielman's also like he's more like intense.
Spielman's like
where
a
Dan
murderer,
Campbell's
dude.
more like in your face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if Rick Spielman was a serial killer.
Yeah.
Just like how fucking closed he is, and it just, I don't know.
He was on the
He's got the same, like Steve Eisman. I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Eisman was a serial killer.
Like, very well
How
could be.
intense those guys are. Like,
I remember watching him on Ermanni, Edwards, and Maz, and like Maz, they're trying to make like lighthearted jokes, and Spielman's like, huh. Like, fucking, like, Jesus, buddy, come on.
Those guys, they're cut from a different cloth. Like Steve Eiserman's, Rick Spielman's, Troy Weaver's like that too. It's just how intense they are, man. And just.
Did you see Troy Weaver on CNN?
No.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
You saw that? That shit was funny as fuck. I guess he was jogging in the Las Vegas heat on like the hottest day in like the world.
Yeah.
And it's just funny, like the same thing with Adrian Peterson, where one local news reporter was interviewing Adrian Peterson. He's like, "Can I get your name?" He's like, "Adrian Peterson." She's like the Adrian Peterson? He's like, "Yeah." Troy Weaver had a similar situation on like CNN.
Really?
Yeah, talking about the weather. Although I don't think they knew that he was GM of Detroit Pistons, but like, who would know?
I would know.
I would know.
We know. How many GMs of the NBA you think you can name?
Not a lot.
Yeah. Isn't it funny too? Like you think about like the successful ones outside the championship ones, but guys like maybe just in there, like, or guys are consistently good. You don't know the GM's name.
I can name like Pop, Troy, Masai Ujiri, Brad Stevens, what's his name?
Danny
Ainge.
We'll give you some time on that one, bud. I'm gonna tell you about fucking this. He's about the malfunction.
Rob Pelinka.
Rob Pelinka,
aka Rob Lowe.
Mitch
see how
Kupchak.
long.
There was
Mitch
Not
Kupchak.
for long.
uncanny.
Yeah.
He's gonna get fired.
Well, it's time for you guys to
in a
experience
small town.
the true meaning of exceptional cannabis products with Dispo Dispensary. Indulge in the fine selection of cannabis curated with care. With over 10 locations, Dispo is never far away. Visit disposhops.com today and unlock a world of endless possibilities in the realm of cannabis. That's DISPOshops.com, your local cannabis plug. Guys, Dispo delivers. Check out our donut. I promise you'll love it.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on an audio platform, leave a 5-star review for Eazy. I am Spencer. We got Chris Platte and JB Smooth. The gang is all here. Squad deep on a Tuesday. Again, make sure you like and share the stream.
Squad deep on a Tuesday.
Squad deep up in here. We just got done talking about different things about the Detroit Lions camp battles, about what the coaching staff needs to prove this year. And we talked earlier about national media pundits, such as Mina Kimes, such as a Louis Riddick, such as a Rich Eisen, loving the Detroit Lions. And we got some audio and video of Rich Eisen talking about the Detroit Lions.
We just have the quote graphic.
Yeah, they cold as hell. Shit, it's Rich Eisen right here. I'm bald. I'm on the NFL Network. You know what I'm saying? I'll be feeling the Lions like real nice.
It's a quote we have.
If you go to downloads, it should be in there.
The Detroit Lions have the most starved fan base, most likely to be fed in 2023.
Yeah.
It's not like he's trying to fuck us all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking stuff you real nice.
I mean, he's not wrong though. Like, Lions fans have been fed or have not been fed in a while. Lions fans are hungry. Lions fans, we saw it last year in a glimmer of hope at the end, how rockin' Ford Field was in the second half of the year. Like, shit was live. The first home game this season against the Seahawks, Ford Field is going to be fucking nuts. So Lions fans deserve a winner. They need a winner, and I think they're going to get one.
Yeah, I think they're. Yeah, I mean, winner by definition of like we're finishing this season 500. You got that last year, but this year is the fucking year. You get a little bit of a fucking taste of playoffs. We haven't had that since 2013, 2014, and then maybe even a playoff victory. But here's Rich Eisen with some talking and stuff. You know, stuff.
The Detroit Lions have the most starved fan base, most likely to be fed in 2023. They are ready to eat, and I think they are going to be stuffed.
Didn't they just add Denzel Mims?
Yeah, from the Jets. They did. I'm telling you, man.
That weapon.
How about that? They've made the playoffs 8 straight times and got one and done. And then their 9-game losing streak started with the 1991 NFC Championship game loss to the Washington Redskins at the time. Detroit Lions, I know the bandwagon is full, but there's a good reason for that. They've got playmakers. They sure do. Amon-Ra St. Brown, to me, I've said it before, I believe he is a top 10 receiver in the NFL. And I know you're crazy, what have you. Okay, sounds good to me. Jahmyr Gibbs, so many teams apparently got beaten to the punch by the Lions right there. Add him to an offense. I understand, Jamison Williams is going to miss some games. He's going to come back. All right. Jared Goff starting against Kansas City and trying to go point for point with Patrick Mahomes, and they've got a game wrecker on the other side of the line of scrimmage whose job is going to be to wreck the party on Thursday Night Football. Aiden Hutchinson, who, by the way, yeah,
he's right though. He's right though. He's talking about the offense. He's talking about the defense. He's talking about the improvements, the guys that need to stand out.
Gonna get stuffed.
This man's excited for the Detroit Lions, rightfully so. Rightfully so. What they showed us at the end of the year last year, the improvements they made, and the jumps we expect to see out of their players. This is going to be a team to be reckoned with this year. And they're going to be able to prove it week 1 against the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm like, Dan Campbell's driving motivation from a different lane this year in terms of, like, last year it was so easy to play the underdog card, which this year maybe you still have a little bit of that in you, but there's a lot of hype around this team, and a lot of hype, deserved hype from what they did last year. And we spoke about during the last segment, from starting 1-6 to finishing 500, 9-8, being essentially played a playoff game with no benefit to you as the Detroit Lions, and you finished off Aaron Rodgers, the 2-time MVP the previous season beforehand. Like, there's a lot of expectation for this team. He's coaching from a different lane, driving motivation from a different lane is what I meant to say, and I think it's exciting to see what he's going to do from there, but I think the Madden rankings and all that other bullshit is going to continue to help. I think Jerry Jacobs, more than anybody, is definitely motivated to prove people wrong this year. I think actually that's what this team is built of. As guys, we had this conversation last year. This team is built of the misfit toys, guys that are begging and clawing, scratching for an opportunity or something to prove themselves. I mean, you got Emmanuel Mosley, who was part of one of the greatest defenses in recent NFL history, which kind of cast away, wasn't given a big contract. Obviously had the ACL injury too. We had the situation, which I think people are forgetting about him, but Harris, what's the one name?
Charles Harris.
Charles Harris, the guy who proved himself here too. I think David Montgomery is a little bit in that situation. You have CJ GJ, who already proved himself.
He already did.
Multiple times in this league with that chip on his shoulder. Kirby Joseph, I think, still got that too. Becoming from receiver to safety. Tracy Walker a little bit disrespected too. Obviously, you have Jerry Jacobs, his whole situation. This team is going to continue to be hungry. Dan Campbell's a master of motivation. And you have an excellent puppeteer, offensive coordinator in Ben Johnson. Bro, they're getting stuffed. The Hungry Lions fans are getting stuffed.
The Hungry Lions fans are getting stuffed, and they're getting stuffed by girth. But, like, these guys, you're right, man. They all have chips on their shoulders. They all have something to prove, and now they're all feeling that Detroit versus everybody mentality. They're knowing what it means to play in Detroit, knowing what it means to be a Detroiter, be in this city, and be disrespected. So I'm excited to see them come out there. I'm excited to see what they do because they have the biggest measuring test, biggest measuring spoon, the biggest tape measure you can in the NFL, going up against Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, and the Kansas City Chiefs week 1 as they're raising their fucking banners. I expect Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to be fucking standing on that sideline while they're raising the banner, just staring at it. Because he was in that game. He was the last person to play the Chiefs, and he's going to be the first person to play the Chiefs. You don't think he's taking a little extra in this game? You don't think he's going to come out there with a little extra oomph to see the team that he lost to in the Super Bowl getting their rings and raising their banner? Like, this team is full of guys like that are just hungry, and they're as hungry as this fan base is to win and to prove people wrong.
Amen, brother. 100%, brother. Lions fans, stand up and unite and get your plate full and get stuffed by Rich Eisen, Dan Campbell, the rest of the Detroit Lions coaching staff. With that being said, Speedy, how stuffed are we getting? Like,
I think we're getting like 3-course meal stuffed. Because I already talked about.
We don't have that in big city. What's the 3-course meal?
We don't got that in a small town. You're using your big city talk. I think we're gonna have a salad, an entree, and a dessert.
Okay.
And I think it's gonna be an 11-win season, an NFC North championship, and a playoff victory.
Okay. JB, what's your 4-course meal for Detroit Lions fans?
I think it's a 4-course meal. As Spencer said, you get your appetizer, you get your entree, you get the dessert, and then you get drinks afterwards.
Yeah, JB's got him going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris?
I'm right in line with Spencer. 11 wins, win the division, win a playoff game, and we'll see from there. From there, it all depends on who you match up against, you know. We've seen it time and time again with the NFL, how things break out. Teams can get hot in the playoffs, and all of a sudden you could be facing a team that's got an injured quarterback or something like that, and now the window of opportunity is even more open. But at the minimum, 11 wins, division, and a playoff win.
You're a menace. Benjamin Foe said Lena the Plug stuffed.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
That's stuff.
Jason loves stuff.
Yep.
Nah, I'm
Chico G said it first. Sorry, Chico G.
Yeah, dude. Show some fucking respect to the Chico OGs, man. Piece of shit.
How stuffed do you think we're gonna get? You think we're gonna be like Hot Pocket stuffed or Alabama Hot Pocket stuff?
Fucking left your peach rolls in the microwave too long stuff. We're just fucking bursting open with excitement and cheese and ooze everywhere. And you're just like, and you fucking lick it. It was too hot and it burns the roof of your mouth. You're like, but then you had that little fucking burn there and you're just fucking toying with it all week. The fucking burnt skin on top of the roof of your mouth all week. That stuff, that type of stuff, Spinny. That's how stuff I'm talking about, boy.
Yeah.
I want it.
Big city stuff.
Big city stuff.
Big city
no
stuff.
No small town stuff.
No small town stuff here, brother.
Are you saying
playoff win? Possible. Who they match up with? Because there's 2 teams, 1 team actually. That'd be absolutely terrified to see in the playoffs.
Dallas.
Fuck no. Listen, that Dallas game was close.
Yeah.
Until Jamal fumbled and JG threw the interception. But the only team I feel actually that's a probably good.
Who do you think are going to be the NFC wild cards? It's Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
Seattle.
Yeah. Dallas and Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, who else? The NFC West. We're thinking of the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dallas, Seattle. Kind of crazy to say.
Those are tough.
Those are tough.
That's a tough team coming, especially you play both those teams during the regular season as well.
Yeah. Because what's the on average like only 7 teams? There's like 7 new playoff teams in like every year. I think that's the average. That's a lot actually. And fucking 18 play. I mean, maybe that's just from last year because I've only had this 18-1.
Yeah, I
think
you're
now.
just
Making things up.
7 teams.
Reaching.
Yeah. But there's only one team I fear in the NFC, and it's the 49ers.
You don't fear the Eagles?
No, I think they're beatable. Especially like you got the Eagles team last year.
So then the Lions are a Super Bowl contender.
I don't think they're Super Bowl contender. But it may. Yeah, I mean, I guess the Eagles will be up there. Yeah, but like we did battle with them week 1.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we had home field advantage and we did come up short, but that was like the worst version of this football team. Like that football team went on to start off 1-6, and they gradually got better throughout the season. Same can be said for the Eagles. I mean, kind of like John Costco was saying too, is like, yeah, it takes time for like chemistry to develop in the back end of defenses. So maybe that's what the Eagles are going through while they had a close game with the Detroit Lions. But I think they are beatable. I think you're looking at a team that lost pieces in terms of like T.J. Edwards. They lost a couple of their safeties too. They lost Hargrove, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also lost their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
They lost their defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I don't know how much those guys were contributing on a stacked roster, but they had to do some. So I don't look at the Eagles the same as last year. I think they're a different squad, and so are the Detroit Lions. I ain't too scared of them.
No, I agree. I think it's a whole new season. I think there's a lot of different teams, a lot of teams matched up, and I think the Lions improved most out of anybody in the NFC.
What were you going to say, Chris?
I was going to say, too, I see a lot of people in the chat talking about the schedule being brutal. And while it looks that way now, I remind you to let the season play out, because last year we thought the Lions had a cakewalk schedule. And it turned out to be decently tough schedule. So you got to wait and see how these games play out. What looks like a win in July could look totally different in September or December.
That's very true. Very true. Well put, Chris.
Freddie Mercury stuff.
Let me tell you.
J Mommy stuff.
Bro, calm down on J Mommy, man. She didn't deserve that. Let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm will offer you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians will take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800. That's 1-800. And let them know Woodward Sports sends you.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spinball Rex.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. Hit the like button, 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Before we went to break, guys said I was really only scared of one team in the NFC. It's the San Francisco 49ers for me. You brought the Philadelphia Eagles. Are you scared?
I think you should be scared, and you rightfully be scared of the reigning NFC champions, even though they did lose some.
Damn right, better be scared of these.
They added some as well. They added, Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter to put on that defensive line. They still have the best offensive line in the NFL. They still have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on the outside. Jalen Hurts hopefully going to be healthy for the whole season. They're still going to be a very potent team on both sides of the ball. It's not just like they fell apart after 1 year. They've still got arguably a top 3 cornerback combination in the NFL in Bradbury and Darius Slay. So I am nervous about the Philadelphia Eagles. I am nervous about what they do to the NFC, and I'm also a little nervous about the Seahawks, man. I'm also a little nervous about the Seahawks, even though they got Geno Smith back there, and he had hopefully a 1-year wonder, and he's nothing. He's not the next coming of Jared Goff, as some people might say, but I expect the Seahawks to be very good. Their defense got better. They showed that with their cornerbacks on the outside and some of the guys they got in the middle, they can be a very potent defense, and they added to that getting a guy like Devon Witherspoon. Their offense is loaded. I think Kenneth Walker is going to have an Offensive Player of the Year-esque season, and you have one of the best trios of wide receivers in the NFL with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and now Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I'd be worried about the Seahawks as well. And they got my boy Will Dissly. So
If you had to power rank them, how are you doing it?
Power rank my fears.
Yeah. Orcas.
Orcas, prison.
AI.
Yeah, AI.
No, but seriously.
Small towns. No, if I had to rank who I'm scared of the most in the NFC, I think number one is still the Philadelphia Eagles.
More than the 49ers?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they have Jalen Hurts, and the Eagles, or the 49ers have whoever's playing quarterback.
It's fair.
Number two would be the San Francisco 49ers. Number three would be the Seattle Seahawks. Number four would be the Dallas Cowboys.
Kind of empty after that.
And number five, yeah, that's where it gets kind of empty. It depends. You could throw in whoever you want in there. Maybe the Saints.
Come marching
The Saints could be a better team next year. We'll see what they have to do. But after that, I think it's those four. And then the rest of them are not that scary.
Where would you rank the Lions within that four if you had to make it a 5? Big, bad, scary teams.
I think teams will be... I'd put them over the Cowboys, probably. Maybe. Like, the Cowboys are going to be good next year, too.
Yeah, I think people forget how good Micah Parsons.
DeMarcus Lawrence. They got Stephon Gilmore. They still have Trayvon Diggs. Like, they added Brandon Cooks in free agency. Like, they're going to be a good fucking team next year. But it's the Cowboys, so you know they're going to choke. And they got Rain Dakota Prescott, and they have probably the worst coach in the NFL. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'd put the Lions at 4.
So 1 Eagles, 2 Niners.
Yeah.
3
Seahawks.
Yes.
4 Lions, 5 Cowboys.
Yeah.
JB, what teams in the NFC scare you?
I mean, I kind of agree with Spencer a little bit. The 49ers, of course, Eagles. I'm not 100% concerned with Dallas. I think, if anything, you might have to look at either the Saints or, I'm just throwing this out there, I know it's probably a trigger word for you, Eazy, but the Bears.
Really?
You're scared of the Bears?
Just slightly.
Don't be scared of the Bears. They're teddy bears.
Just slightly. They're teddy bears?
Yeah. No, I think the Bears will be better, but I don't think they're going to be a team that be in contention for the NFC.
Yeah.
I think they'll be an 8-win team.
Yeah, I'm looking at, like, the NFC really is just, like, weak, bro. But I mean, it's top heavy. It's top heavy. Like, it's not no slight of, like, who is the number 1 teams, but Chris, who are your biggest fears in NFC North?
Mine's the exact order that Spencer had, and it's the not the 49ers. The Eagles first, 49ers second, Seahawks third. Messing all the way up here, but yeah, the Seahawks are third, and then I think the Lions are there comfortably at 4, and I think there's a little bit more of a gap just because I don't trust Dak Prescott or a Dak Prescott-led team at all. I know we have our distrust with Jared Goff, but at the end of the day, I much more trust Jared Goff in a Ben Johnson offense than Dak. And
they lost Kellen Moore. Who's even their offensive coordinator now?
I think they hired from within, right?
Oh, yeah, Marty Schottenheimer.
Didn't they just promote somebody from within?
It's somebody Schottenheimer, I'm pretty sure. I'll look it up right now. Dallas Cowboys, Waterboy.
But yeah, I'm just overall, I think
Brian
the Seahawks got to be respected. Like, I really think the Seahawks have a damn good team. Yeah. And the Lions can beat them. I think the Lions, there's a world in which the Lions can beat any of these teams. You could talk me into it in a any given Sunday scenario. But the reason Philly has to be number 1 is because of just how good they were last year, plus the fact that they have Jalen Hurts, and like Spencer said, the 49ers don't know their quarterback, or at least aren't fully confident in their quarterback.
Yeah, they don't even know who their starting quarterback's going to be as of now. I mean, maybe internally they know,
it's
but
probably going to be Brock Purdy.
Yeah, but I mean, there's talk. I mean,
if he's healthy, if it's healthy, it should be Brock Purdy. But Sam Darnold, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts the season.
Side note: could you imagine a Lions quarterback camp battle? Like what that would do to the chat? Like I already saw last year, everybody was like, "Oh, David Blau looking pretty good last year." I
Lions
actually
fans
would
love
love to
backups.
see. Yeah,
They do.
I would love to see a quarterback battle.
There is
one
no
day.
quarterback battle.
Obviously, there's not this year, but someday I'd like to see one.
Yeah, there's like a. I think there's a quarterback battle. It's for the backup spot. This is Jared Goff's. Jared Goff's the leader of this team.
I don't think there's a battle for the backup. I don't think there's a battle for the backup spot either.
What do you mean?
I don't think Hendon Hooker's going to be ready to go by camp.
Oh yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah, so I think it's. Oh well, they have.
The guy that signed.
What's his name? Yeah, that guy that the undrafted free agent. I can't remember his name.
He'll do nothing. He'll do nothing. No, I agree though. I think you brought up not important, but a big one that a lot of people are kind of just passing over, or sleeping over, or looking over, whatever you want expression you want to use. But Seahawks are fucking like.
Seahawks are good.
Like Pete
Adrian
Carroll,
Martinez.
Adrian Martinez,
that's who it is.
consistently been. I'm talking about Pete Carroll. Consistently been a good ass coach. Whether it's back in USC days, translation into him being the head coach of Seattle Seahawks, a Super Bowl winning head coach, and then as much as you point to Detroit Lions being young and taking a step forward, they did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you talk about the rookie of matchup last year between Aiden Hutchinson, I think Long, who was tackles for them, Cross.
Yeah,
he won.
Yeah,
the Seattle Seahawks offensive tackle drafted, I think, a third round. I don't even know if you want to look that up, but he won that battle against Aiden Hutchinson, who was the number 2 overall pick in the entire NFL last year. That is one I think a lot of people are sleeping on and overlooking. I get it, though, when it comes to the quarterback conversation. If you want to overlook Geno Smith, that's fair to do. By the way, Geno Smith ranked over Jared Goff and Madden. I don't know if you guys
Charles
caught that.
Cross drafted in the first round.
Charles Cross, okay. Who's the other guy?
Pick 9.
I know that 2 of them. One of them started because of an injury, though. But on top of that, too, on their defense, they added the guy from the Denver Broncos.
And they got Bobby Wagner back.
Bobby Wagner back. And Devon Witherspoon, too. On top of having
Jaron Reed.
Who was the rookie they had at the cornerback?
Tariq Woolen. Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams, arguably the best safety tandem in the league.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a team not to be slept on. So maybe you're right. Maybe I should figure 3 teams.
The Seahawks are going to be good, man.
Am I disrespectful to overlook the Cowboys? We played them pretty close last year.
I think so.
And Amon-Ra left that game early.
They got Evan Brown as their starting center.
No way.
Yeah, the Seahawks.
That's crazy, actually. What do you think PFF ranked the Detroit Lions roster?
What do you mean?
Like all...
As a whole?
Yeah, 32. All 32 teams.
16.
No.
Higher or lower?
Actually, higher. 13.
12. Oh.
Ooh, damn, you're close. The Seattle Seahawks at 11. Detroit Lions at 13. Biggest strengths, the pass rush. What?
Biggest strengths of their pass rush?
What?
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Pass rush is their biggest strength?
PFF.
Not offensive line and secondary?
Biggest strength in 2023, pass rush. It says the Lions got 17.5 sacks between rookies Aiden Hutchinson and James Houston, the latter of which played only 7 games. A full season of that duo, on top of production from John Kaminsky, Julian Okwara, and Josh Pascal, can create a lot of problems for opposing quarterbacks. I don't disagree. I would like some pieces in the interior there, but
yeah, I don't disagree either. But I still think the offensive line is their strength.
Definitely their strength.
I'd put the secondary over the pass rush.
What do you think they label the biggest weakness for the Detroit Lions?
Quarterback play.
Receiver depth.
Receiver depth. Yeah, that makes more sense.
After Amon-Ra St. Brown, the most receiving yards amongst returning Lions is Khalif Raymond, 616. St. Brown will continue to be a focal point of the offense, but there are a lot of question marks for the rest of this group. You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Marvin Jones and Josh Reynolds, those aren't standout guys. Most teams, most really good teams, you look, they've got 2 stud receivers. And, we don't have our other, hopefully, stud receiver until week 7. So
I might go, if you're talking in terms of depth, I might go secondary. Just because I know they beefed up, but the guys behind the guys, maybe outside the situation between Mosley and Jacobs.
Yeah.
I don't even know who it would be. Seriously. I know we saw in the Madden ratings a couple guys were like, who's that? I mean, Chase Lucas, yeah. He feels like more of a nickel guy. Brian Branch,
Harris.
Cornerback.
Savion Smith.
I did like Savion Smith in camp. Detroit Lions camp start next week, by the way. Rookie to watch. Jameer Gibbs. You guys already knew that. The Lions shocked everyone by taking running back with 12th overall pick selection despite already having David Montgomery and DeAndre Swift on the roster. They traded Swift to the Eagles shortly after, opening up the role of receiving back for former Alabama speedster. You want their win prediction for the Lions? Oh, my God. Over-under for the Detroit Lions, 9. What do you think the PFF went with for the over-under of Detroit Lions wins?
11.
No, like it was set at 9, but they picked like over or under.
Oh, over.
What do you think, Chris?
I want to say over because that's logical, but I feel like your face tells me they picked under.
JB?
I'm still going with over, but from your face, yeah, they probably picked under.
What face are you talking about?
Try that in a small town.
Try that in a small town. Under. This is a
No
difficult
fucking
team.
way,
Yes.
dude.
Under 8.5 wins. It says this is a difficult team to project because of how much they overachieved in 2022 and the ever-changing NFC North landscape. But given how little the team improved on offenses, what?
Not my boy Rich.
Come on,
He
bro.
wasn't a part of
This
this.
is PFF, but like, okay. But given how little the team improved on the offensive side of the ball in the offseason, expect some regression in 2023. Hold on. This is the top 3 offense from last year. How can that be a logical take? On top of them adding Laporta and Gibbs, David Montgomery. I mean, you can say Laporta and Gibbs are rookies, I guess, but like Montgomery. Sorry.
Big boy. Strawberry Fest is back in Big Boy. Try the classic breakfast items like some strawberry hotcakes or mouth-watering red velvet waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try the strawberry bacon chicken wrap or cool off with the refreshing summer splash salad. And don't forget to grab dessert, including their very delicious classic strawberry pie, deep fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and more at Big Boy.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not 1, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, 1 for you, 1 for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Buongiorno. Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
JB Smooth, Young Chris. Sorry, I'm reading some of the comments in the Woodward Sports chat. The like button if you guys haven't already. Let's hit at least 69. For fuck's sake, guys. 69 likes, please. But you have in the prep, what does a win versus the Kansas City Chiefs really mean for the Detroit Lions? I'd like to ask you, Spin, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
I think it puts the league on notice. I think it changes the national idea of what the Detroit Lions are, and I think it throws away the SOL tag for the time being.
Ooh.
If you go into Kansas City week 1 against the reigning Super Bowl champions and beat the Chiefs, with the entire world watching, the first game of the NFL calendar, Thursday night, everybody's going to be watching. That's going to make some people be like, oh, okay, the Lions are for real. All right, this hype we heard is for real. And yeah, I know it's just one game, but that changes the spotlight. That changes how people think about the Detroit Lions when you go out there and you beat the Chiefs. Because it's not just another game. It's not just another week. It's not just week 1 of the season. You're playing the defending national champions. You need to go out there, and if you put your foot in them, if you win that game, people would be like, all right, this shit's not just a joke. Dan Campbell's not just a joke. This isn't the Lions of your slutty grandma's years. Like, this is a new team. This is a team that means business. This is a team that commands respect, and it's a team to be feared.
I think it's every reason I'm able to buy into the hype of this team this year, because when you have that at the end of the rainbow, you're pushing through all like this hard work, one to make the roster, one to learn the playbook, learn your new teammates, everything else you want to do to routinely normally win on a regular season opener. Like a regular season opener is like a mini Super Bowl in itself. But when you make your opponent the Super Bowl champions of all teams, it keeps you that much more concentrated, that much more focused. I mean, I'm especially a young team too, with all this offseason hype. I think their younger guys are more susceptible to buying into the hype. It's like Pat McAfee speaks about the first time we played the Colts, the only Super Bowl he's been in with the Colts, and they lost. I think it was to the New Orleans Saints. And he was like, well, no big deal. Like, we're a young team. We'll be back there next year. Then goes on to never play another Super Bowl in his entire career. Like, he has that to learn from. But when you're young, you're thinking, like, we'll be back. We'll be good again this year. It's just like a gimme. You're thinking that. No. This is an ever-changing league. Everything you did that was successful last year, teams are studying to beat you this year. And I think when you have the Kansas City Chiefs, again, at the end of that rainbow, it keeps you fucking on 10. Attention on 10. Because you want to beat the fuck out of that team. Especially on national television, too. You want to look good. Especially this team being young, it means everything. I fucking love that this is the week 1 matchup. Like, partly nervous and scared of Patrick Mahomes, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But, like, I think for a young team especially, it is a tremendous gift from the NFL to make this the week 1 matchup on national television, too.
It's the biggest measuring stick possible in the National Football League. Mm-hmm. Going into Arrowhead, playing Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, week 1 of the season. So they have all this time to prepare for you. You have all this time to prepare for them. You go out there and you put your nuts on the table and you see what your team's made of from the get-go.
That's what I'm saying. Because even if things go bad, like that punch in the mouth, the taste of that blood from then after is like one to remember.
I can taste the iron in my blood.
Like one to build yourself from, one to be embarrassed by, to humble yourself. Because I think it's going to be really easy for these guys to buy in. I mean, I think all players for the most part are pretty. What's the word I'm looking for? Not cocky, but sure of themselves. Confident in themselves. But I feel like a lot of the Lions players, and deservingly so, like Kirby, but been talking that shish. Fucking CJGJ been talking that ish. Dave Montgomery. Look at the Bears. That's going to be a bloodbath, basically. Talking that ish. But I think we have a team like that, it takes away from that shit. No, and like, not that it's bad. It's what I do. It's my job. It's our job here to fucking talk about them in the offseason. But like, I think it can inflate the head a little bit.
A win? Or what do you mean?
No, I'm talking about just the offseason hype in general. Like, I feel like having the Chiefs is just like the number one. It's the best thing possible to keep you humbled because like you're going against the best, and even if you do lose, you're learning.
You know who's not going to be humble in that game?
Who?
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Why?
He's never humble. He talks shit against anybody. He was talking shit to Tom Brady before a playoff game in warm-ups.
I talk shit, but I'm humble.
He's not scared of nobody. He's going to go. You're not humble. He's going to go out there.
I'm not?
No. And he's going to talk his mad shit, and he's going to back it up with his play. And like I said, nobody on this team, 1 through 32, when the cuts are made, is going to be more ready to play the Chiefs than Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. This is a guy who just lost to them into the Super Bowl. This is a guy who's going to see them raising the banner and getting the rings that he thought should be on his finger. So he's going to go out there and he's going to play a hell of a game. I expect to see him flying around the field, making plays, talking choppy. I bet he looks at Isaiah Pacheco and is like, remember me, bitch? Like, I'm excited for this, man. And that is a guy who is going to be the vocal leader of the defense. So it's going to exude through the rest of the team.
And again, it just makes the motivation on Dan Campbell's side that much easier when you could just threaten them with fucking getting their ass kicked on national television every week. Like, oh, you want to finish this drill?
Yeah.
Do you want fucking Pat Mahomes to put you on a fucking poster on a highlight tape? I mean, I'm watching this fucking quarterback show. This guy has a fucking Michael Jordan touchdown. He literally slam dunked the fucking touchdown across the goal line.
Yeah.
Like that's who you're playing against. Like, again, tension on 10. You got to fucking, everything's going to be, even when you do well, this guy does a fucking ballerina twist wide open and makes a wide open pass to freaking Travis Kelce. It's the ultimate test, especially for the secondary. You want them to grow in communication.
And the veterans on this Lions team, like some of the guys on the offensive line and different players like that, remember when the Chiefs came into Ford Field? I know you were there. I was there.
Yeah.
Like, that game was intense. They almost won. They should have won that game. If it wasn't for that stupid fucking lateral from Travis Kelce to Shady McCoy, like, the Lions were in that game. They were about to beat that game. So they can talk to the young guys about how, like, yeah, we have to play a complete game of football. We have to go out there and we can't take our foot off the gas pedal because any breath that you give to Patrick Mahomes, that Chiefs offense, they're going to take and they're going to run with it.
You just can't afford it. So I think, I don't know, just everything's just forced to be the best that it can possibly in terms of preparation. I mean, it's in the way.
When you're going against the best, you have to be better than your best. When you're going against the best in the league, one of the best quarterbacks of all time already, one of the best head coaches in the league, I think the best tight end of all time, when it's all said and done, like, you're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to play higher than you know you can. You're going to have to play better than what your best is if you want to win, especially going on the road in one of the most hostile environments in football.
Chris?
Yeah, like my question is with this. So say the Lions do pull off the win against the Chiefs week 1. Is there any type of concern or fear that that win would get to this young team's head and kind of not ruin the whole season by any means, but sort of just then you kind of lose one against Seattle and then you're back to where you started because you thought you thought you were on top of the world after beating the Chiefs. Is there any concern in that kind of in a win doing that?
No. This isn't that young team anymore. This isn't that team full of kids anymore. You've got guys on the defense now that are solidified veterans in the NFL with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Cam Sutton. You got Tracy Walker returning. They're not going to let these kids, these young men, it's weird to call them kids because I mean a lot of them are younger than me, but
yeah.
They're not going to let them get too high. They're not going to let them get too low. The same with the great leadership you have on the offensive side of the ball with Jared Goff, with Taylor Decker, with Frank Ragnow, different guys like that. Marvin Jones, another great veteran to bring in that provides a lot of leadership. They're not going to let these other guys on the team get too high or too low, and the same with the coaching staff. They've all been there and done it before. Antron Randall-Ellis won a Super Bowl. Aaron Glenn's played in a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl as a coach. Dan Campbell's won a Super Bowl as a coach and played in a Super Bowl as a player. So these guys know what it takes for the grueling, the slog of an NFL season. They know that one win isn't going to define them either way, whether they win or lose. It's not going to define their season, so they're not going to let it get to their heads.
I'm with you on that one too. I don't think they'll be more hungry from that point because you have the whole rest of the schedule ahead of you too. And there's like little, I mean, you have your division rivals too, but like I think ultimately the Detroit Lions, as much praise as they've got, there's been little slight jabs here and there at certain players, the ones I mentioned in the beginning of the show too. So I think they'll continue to be hungry, and especially under the leadership of Dan Campbell, he knows. I mean, everybody that Spinney mentioned. I mean, Spinney, I couldn't put it better any better than Spinney did. This coaching staff is well versed and staying focused on the task at hand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, last year was a big lesson for them too. I think there was a little bit of hype heading into last season too, with the hard knocks, new pieces, Aiden Hutchinson, and the way the offense turned around with Ben Johnson. Everyone was hyping the Detroit Lions. I remember a clip specifically with Dan Campbell against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just like, think about a defense, boys.
Yeah.
And the defense was fucking atrocious.
Terrible.
To begin the season.
Yeah.
So I think from experience, they'll stay a little bit humble. Plus, you had the whole fucking Panthers game too.
And I said it earlier, if they didn't let 1-6 ruin their season last year, they're not going to let a single victory or loss ruin or make their season this year. Even if there is more expectations, there's actual expectations on this team as there wasn't last year. But they came out of the fucking gutter trenches of the NFL last year and had a chance to make the playoffs. So if that didn't break them, I don't think a win or loss to the Chiefs is going to.
Mm-hmm. And I guess I do want to just comment. We're sports chat. People kind of talking about like the Chiefs don't have too much film to go off of the Detroit Lions. I mean, it's still the same offense ran as last year. I think there's an additional wrinkle of Jahmyr Gibbs, but you also have to wonder how much of the offense, the complicated offense, that's what defensive coordinators speak on when it comes to Ben Johnson, is like these two rookies, Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs, gonna have down by that point.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Jahmyr Gibbs because running backs, they have.
It's easier
to learn the play calls, easier to learn different things, and he comes from Alabama, who's very pro style offense, a very complicated offense in themselves.
Yeah.
Sam Laporta he's going to have to learn a lot and do a lot of different things because Ben Johnson relies on his tight ends for a lot of different things. So that one is a little concerning, but he's a smart guy. I can't say that he's from a great offense because Iowa's fucking dog water, but I expect him to catch along pretty fast.
I agree with you, Spinny. But it's time for you to tell us about SMA.
SMA, or the sports marketing agency of a small town. The sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Schnarri, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com. as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, shit. Go in.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
Think you play some golf? How about beating a professional athlete? It's the Woodward Sports Thursday Night Golf League live at 5 Iron Golf for 12 consecutive weeks. Featuring famous courses around the world, played on the state-of-the-art TrackMan simulators and 5 Iron Golf's new 25,000 square foot facility in downtown Detroit. Can you beat Darren McCarty on number 12 hole of Augusta National? What about outperforming Braylon Edwards on hole 8 at the Pebble Beach? Do you have what it takes? If so, register for your chance to win with a free foursome today. Just follow Woodward Sports on Twitter and Instagram by August 1st. Before August 1st, that's like what, a week, 2 weeks? No, you guys got 1 week. Yeah. Follow Woodward Sports on Twitter and Instagram and direct message the word golf. That's DM. Slide the DMs with the word golf for your opportunity to join the heavies. Braylon Edwards, Darren McCarty, Jeff, and more at 5 Iron Golf, downtown Detroit. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. I'm Eazy. It's my guy, Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
Chris, JB Smooth. Here's a topic segment, I should say, that we invented. I don't care who else says what, and that's buy or sell.
Yeah, fuck all them other buy and sells. This is what we're doing. JB, drop me a beat. Pretty please, my good man. There we go. All right, first question.
Bro.
Easy, buy or sell. The Lions will have 2 or more All-Pros next season.
Sell. That's tough. That's like the elite.
Yeah.
I think Frank Ragnall's the closest, but there's a lot of love to that guy over there in Kansas City. Outside of Frank Ragnow, I mean, maybe Penei is the closest. That's a tough crowd to make, man. I don't know who on this team as individual players at that level just quite yet.
It's fair.
I'm selling.
JB, you got him going to the Super Bowl.
I know. It's tough for me to say on this one, so I have to say sell.
Real quick, too, it doesn't necessarily mean like the team is going to be bad. Like, you still be a good team without like everybody being an all-pro. You know what I'm saying?
2's not everybody.
What?
I'm not saying 10.
Yeah. Like first team all-pro or like
just all-pro?
All-pro?
Just all-pros.
All right, maybe bye. It's like second team all-pro.
Yeah.
Is it third team all-pro?
I don't think so.
Oh, first or second? Then yeah. It's probably yeah.
Yeah, maybe someone make the second.
Okay.
But who?
Chris?
I'm still going to sell because I think that they're going to have a lot of people on the bubble, and it's going to be one of those things where they just won't get that number, but they have a lot of players that are right there that are knocking on that door, and within the next year or two will be there. So I'm going to do a slight sell.
I'm going to buy. I think we're going to have 2, and it's going to be Frank Ragnow and Penei Sewell. I think they're both going to make the All-Pro team this year. Whether it be first or second team, we'll find out, but I think they're both going to stand out. Next question. Easy, buy
baby.
or sell. Denzel Mims will have 4+ passes or caught passes versus the Chiefs.
Versus the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Sell. He has like fucking 11 on the entire year last year. Listen, I watched tape on Denzel Mims last night. I'm not as hype as I once was. But no, fuck it.
JB?
Against the Chiefs, week 1, that's a sell for me. I don't think it's happening. I mean,
we don't even making the roster.
Yeah, that's true. We don't even really know if he's making a roster. I think he will, but against the Chiefs, week 1, no. I think 2 is probably the most you'll get out of him.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm also selling this one because Jared Goff is going to be in one of the toughest, if not the toughest place to play in football. And we've seen Jared Goff in several interviews talk about his security blankets. Every quarterback has one, but Jared Goff in particular Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, these are the guys that he counts on. And I think they're going to get the main bulk of targets. And it's going to be a lot of that plus the run game. So I think Denzel Mims, it's going to take time for Goff to build chemistry with them.
I agree. I'm going to sell that one. We'll see if he's got to make the team first. He's got to go out there and do something. We'll see what happens there. But I like your point, Chris. It's tough to rely on Jared Goff's road woes. You know, unfortunately it's a hard place to play for anyone. I think they're going to be relying on the running game a lot and short passes to Amon-Ra St. Brown and their tight ends. So we'll see what happens there. Next up, Eazy.
Yes, sir.
The Lions will have a top 13 defense next year. Buy or sell?
Buy. I got a little more extra pep in my step about the defense after reading what the PFF had to say about the rotation of edge rushers, which I do believe in. 17.5 sacks between the two people, and I get the interior defensive line is a concern of mine. But if they're able to perform last year with the same interior, maybe a little bit of upgrade if Levi plays this year and if Roderick plays this year, then I'll buy, because the secondary solid.
JB?
I agree with Eazy. I'm going to buy that one as well. The secondary has improved a lot, and during training camp, we're probably going to see that interior defensive line battle and struggle that they're having right now. They're obviously going to figure that out, whether that is free agency or, fingers crossed, they can fleece the Rams out of Aaron Donald, but who knows about that.
That'd be amazing. Chris?
Man. For me, I'm going to buy. It's very close. It's right on the edge for me, but I'm going to buy because this team has so many playmakers and so many different facets of the defense. And I think that, as a cohesive unit, it might not be a top 12, top 13 talent. I think that the ability of playmaking that Kirby offers and CJ DJ, as well as the edge rushers that we talked about, I think the combination of those guys, they'll get enough plays done. Aaron Glenn will put them in enough of a position to make plays, and that will carry them to a top 13 defense. It will be led on interceptions and forced turnovers rather than just overall steady production.
Bye. I already said it. I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to have 13.5 sacks this year. I think the secondary improved so much that this team's going to go out there and they're going to have a top third defense in the National Football League, which will make them top 13. So give me the buy on that one.
Bye.
Pause. Easy. Buy or sell. Ben Johnson is currently in his last year as a Detroit Lion.
Fuck, bro. I was having a good Friday.
That's what I'm here for.
You're a piece of shit. Sell.
Sell?
Think he'll be here?
I said Ben Johnson is currently in his last year as a Detroit Lion.
Oh, bye. Bye. Unfortunately. Thanks.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Piece of shit.
JB.
Keeping the faith on this one. Sell. It's not his last year. I think somehow, some way, that Charger job will still be there for him in a year or two from now.
Chris?
Sell. This man said his favorite festival he's ever been to was Travis Scott Astrofest. Like, this guy, Ben Johnson.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah.
He's a menace, dude.
That is true.
Dude
He burned my
kicks
crops.
Puppies. Dude kicks puppies.
He does
just
kick
for
puppies.
fun.
I'm going to buy this. It's tough, man. I just can't see Brandon Staley or Mike McCarthy keeping their jobs after this year, and Ben Johnson is going to go to Dallas or he's going to go to the Chargers, unfortunately.
Bye.
Next up, Michigan will win a championship before the Lions win a Super Bowl. Buy or sell?
Buy. So much closer than the Detroit Lions. Kidding me? And I think last year, like, you could look at the pieces that left, which was the wide receiver. I can't remember his name, but I think Donovan Edwards would be special running back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think last year, being Ohio State, I think they actually literally had a guy transfer from Ohio State to had a guy transfer from Ohio State to Michigan then after. So Michigan's like the new blue chip of the Big Ten, the school that everybody wants to be a part of, and I think that's gonna translate to a championship caliber program for a while. I don't know if they'll win it, but
so
ahead of the Detroit Lions, yeah.
JB?
This is a sell. You can't win a national championship if all you do is run the ball. So sell.
What's fair? Chris?
Come on, you know where I'm at with this. I went to State. It's an easy sell. It's an easy sell. These guys are going to choke. They're going to blow it. They're blowing it, kid.
Yeah, I'm selling as well. I think if they don't do it this year, they're going to take a big step back when they lose a lot of those pieces on offense. Those offensive line guys, Blake Corum, possibly Donovan Edwards as well. So I'm going to sell because I don't think they're going to do it this year.
We're going to get fucking A1 guys, though.
A1. You know who else gets A1 guys?
Who?
Alabama.
That's what I'm saying.
What does that mean?
Georgia.
So Michigan's going to continue to get them.
Huh?
Michigan's going to continue to get them, too.
Yeah, okay. And what if they haven't won a game in the playoffs yet? So what confidence do you have that they can win a championship? They lost to TCU.
Before the Detroit Lions, who haven't won a fucking
100%.
playoff game in 30 years. You think the Lions going to win a Super Bowl before Michigan wins the championship?
Yes.
Here, fucking.
The Lions haven't won fucking Michigan hasn't won a championship since 1948.
The NFL doesn't have Alabama.
Yeah.
Like, they really don't.
That means nothing.
Yeah, it is.
Alabama's also. Nick Saban's going to die soon. He's 74.
My God, relax.
Rip, I'm getting ready now.
Jim Harbaugh's 1-6 in bowl games.
Hey, I'm always right. I'm just kidding.
All right, next up. Cade Cunningham will average over 20 points per game next season. Buy or sell?
Cade Cunningham will average over 20 points a game?
Yes.
Buy. Like Chris in Wisconsin. What the fuck? Easy buy.
22.
Easy buy. Like Chris in Wisconsin.
22.
Again. Buy.
Bye.
Like Chris in Wisconsin.
Cade Cunningham will average over
What's wrong with you,
35
boy?
points.
Too much big city talk.
That's fair.
Ain't letting you speak the English correct.
Small town.
Correct it. And listen.
JB,
something.
buy or sell? 22.
22?
22.
222.
JB 22.
I'll buy that. I mean, what, last year was 19 and a half or something around that range?
I think it was
for him?
22.
Was it 22 or?
Yeah, but it was like what, 12 games? What was the average last year, Chris? Points.
I don't know it off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up.
Either way, I'm buying that one. I mean, he's getting time, as you've seen in the gym,
19.
working out. Also, he's been selected to play with select few of the USA teams as well, so that's going to elevate his game a little bit more too. So I think it's possible. Yeah, 22.
JB 22. Chris 22.
Like Eazy the week after me. Bye.
I didn't go to Wisconsin.
I forgot. Yeah, but you took some time off during that month, so don't forget.
I took a day off.
You got a lot done in that day, didn't you, buddy?
And then guess what? I came back with photos of who I took to that wedding.
She's got a dick.
Cover up.
Yeah. This is
allegedly.
what's it called, like plastic bag or mustache?
Definitely covered something.
I am going to buy this as well. Yeah, you got the proof for it. I'm going to buy this as well. I'm buying it. Cade Cunningham's going to put the league on notice. It's going to be a great season. I expect him to go over 22 points per game.
222.
Next up, last one. Buy or sell, the Red Wings make the playoffs next year.
Sell.
Bitch.
You're a bitch. What do you want me to do?
Say yes.
They're very young. We added a guy that was I know they had a losing season, but DePrinke had a negative plus minus, smaller guy. I think once the second class, this next class of Red Wings moving up from the AHL, they can start talking playoffs. Until then, they're still teetering and tottering. JB, how about that hockey, brother?
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey. I think I'll buy this. I mean, even though they're young and slightly inexperienced, they're still going to find a way to band together as brothers and at least make it to the playoffs. So I have a little hope and faith in them. So I'll say I'll buy that one.
Chris?
I'm going to buy because I think Stevie Y, at the end of the day, he's going to pull the trigger and he's going to get this team into the playoffs. He's not going to jeopardize the process and all the building that he's doing, but I just trust Stevie Y, and I think this literally hinges on whatever Stevie Y wants to do at the trade deadline. Is he going to sell his assets again and get more future assets, or is he going to buy? And this time around, I think he's going to buy. We saw him sell last year. This year, I think he's buying.
I'm buying this 1,000%. They didn't just add DeBrincat. They added guys like Daniel Sprung, JT Compher, Shane Gostisbehere, a good backup goalie in either Alex Lyon or James Reimer. Whoever they decide to put back there will help them as well. It's not going to be Nedeljkovic anymore. Husso's going to step into that number one goaltender role. He's going to take off. The Red Wings are going to be much better than they were last year, and it's not just because of DeBrincat. They also got some very solid pieces, some great pieces on like their power play was in the middle of the pack last year, and they just added one of the best power play offensive players and one of the best power play defensive players. So their power play is going to be so much better, and including, like I said, tough big guys like Comfer and Sprong and Fisher and Costin. Like they're going to make plays. They're going to be much better next year, and they're going to make the playoffs.
Band together as brothers. What the fuck is this? Remember the Titans? Poor JV.
Eazy, tell us about Randy Wise.
Would you guys like to golf with the likes of Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, and the one and only Tim McCullum from Lady Jane's? The only place to do so is by stopping by any Randy Wise Automotive Team Celebrity Golf location and ask them about the Celebrity Golf Tour. Stay tuned to Woodward Sports for more information on that. We'll be right back.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
We've got to band together as brothers and finish this show up.
As they doing hockey.
That's JB talking about hockey right
What
there.
the fuck is this? Remember the Titans?
Told you I know shit about hockey.
Dude,
I
that's
did try to tell you guys.
that
Welcome
is-
back to Woodward
If
Heavyweights.
we
live
still
on
did
Woodward Sports.
comment of the day, that's winning.
Yeah, that one won. That was a slam dunk. Sorry, JB, you're a victim of that one.
Hey, like I said, I've probably been hanging out with Flannel Sam too much on the morning show because that is his favorite movie, and it just kind of just clicked.
Remember the Titans is Flannel Sam's favorite movie?
I think so.
Like,
One of his-
like ever?
I think it's one of his favorites.
good.
I don't think
Okay.
it's
It's
his
good.
favorite ever.
It's
but yeah.
good, but it's not like I
I
wouldn't.
cried.
I thought it was the Zac Efron serial killer one. I thought that was Sam's.
Oh, I've never
No.
seen that.
His favorite? No, that's a series. I thought.
No.
His favorite movie's
No,
13
there
going
was
on
a
30
movie of
with
it, too.
Zac Efron.
It's like Flannel Sam. He brings a girl home. He puts in 13 going on 30. I said we're gonna sit here and watch it. We're going to sit here and watch 13 going on 30.
Isn't this funny?
This is so funny. Ah, ha, 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 ha. What's your favorite movie? What the fuck was that?
I'm not doing that.
What's your favorite movie
My favorite movie?
ever?
13 going on 30. Phantom of the Opera. I'm kidding.
Phantom of the Opera is a good movie.
I actually don't remember that one at all. I can't think of the name of it right now. It's with Jamie Foxx and
Django?
no,
That's a great movie.
that's a good movie too though. Jamie Foxx and Gerard Butler.
Oh, Law-Abiding Citizen.
Law-abiding citizen.
That's a
That
great
was a
movie.
good one.
That's a
That's a
fucking
good
Dude, when he
ass
fucks
movie.
the dude up with the steak bone,
Yes.
that shit's gnarly.
Yeah.
JB, what's your favorite movie? I'm surprised you didn't say Eternals.
Fuck you.
Eternals. Super bad.
Super bad.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Chris?
Man, you know what? It's tough for me. I'd have to go with Rush Hour 2, man. I just recently saw that again for the first time in a while, and I crack up hysterically at that movie every time.
That's a
All of
great
it.
I guess there's different like categories.
Dude,
for
Jamie
movies,
Foxx
right?
isn't dead. Relax, relax.
No, I heard he was out of the hospital and
Yeah,
everything.
he's not dead.
Yeah.
Mine is also super bad. That's the best movie ever made.
You brought Lou?
Wait, what?
Oh, Evan, I couldn't handle your 4-inch penis without this giant bottle of lube.
I thought your favorite one was Ex Machina.
That's one of my favorite movies.
You have to categorize like
Yeah, Superbad's my favorite movie.
Superbad, probably up there in comedy. Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express is up there.
You know,
You
I
know,
never
This
seen
Is the
that.
End is really, really fucking good.
I
too.
do like that one
I've
too.
been blowing loads all over this house, Franco. You build a house with iPads in the walls, but you're beating your dick like a pilgrim.
What is There's another one that nobody talks about. It's like it's a Christmas movie. Seth Rogen wrote it. He's like fucking. He's on shrooms. He's Jewish. He's like in the Catholic Church or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
Well, I never got to finish that movie, but it was funny.
Dude,
as
I Love You
fuck.
Man is a great
dying.
movie. I Love You
I
Man
think
is
I
one of my
remember that
favorite
one, but I
comedy
don't.
movies. So, Paul Rudd and what's his name? Jason. No.
The Night Before. That's that Seth Rogen
The Night
movie.
Before.
Yeah, I like that movie.
I Love You Man's a great movie.
I'll have to rewatch that one. I like Paul Rudd.
I want to change my answer. It's Uncut Gems, man. I love that movie.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that movie.
It's so controversial. Like, I swear, people either absolutely love it and it's one of their favorite movies ever, or they hate it and they think it's the worst.
I just don't know if
So
I
I'd
can
be
take Adam
curious to see what
Sandler
you think.
serious.
I didn't think
Especially dressed like a
thought so
fucking
too.
party
I thought
store
so
owner.
too, but he killed it.
Yeah.
He killed it in that
He
movie.
looks like he owns a fucking hookah lounge. Dead ass.
Oh, there's definitely
Straight out of Dearborn.
There's definitely
Fucking-
some stereotypes being played in that movie, but it's a damn good movie. Kevin Garnett is funny in it too, but
Emerald Eyes 7 Zemi says that's Jamie Foxx's clone. Monique said so. LOL.
Do you remember Hot Chick?
Hot Chick, yeah.
I like that one. Really
That's a good
animal.
movie.
That stretch of Rob Schneider movie is pretty fucking funny.
Rob Schneider is a stapler. He's gonna find out being a stapler isn't all it's cracked up to be. Rob Schneider is a carrot.
Rob Schneider in whose carrot is it anyway?
Yeah, like, dude, Rob Schneider sucks.
Fuck, dude, those are funny ass movies. Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
Dude, that movie sucks.
Get the
bro.
fuck out of here.
That movie sucks.
Don't disrespect Deuce Bigelow, Male
Deuce
Gigolo.
Bigelow sucks.
What do
bro.
you fucking mean?
Rob Schneider is just not funny.
Dude, Rob Schneider's hilarious in those movies.
No.
Funny as fuck.
No.
That's a huge bitch. Fucking Eddie Griffin eating the fucking sub in the hot tub. He's fucking...
That's funny. Ex Machina is probably my second favorite movie of all time. Though. I love that, dude. That movie's so good. You know what else? Bad Boys 2 is up there, man.
yeah.
That's a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Mark, that's Dan Marino. Thanks, Mr. Marino. I'm gonna take your car. I'll step away.
Trying to think some more good
Tell me how it
comedies.
rides. Oh, I'm gonna test drive the fuck out of this.
My favorite comedy for real though, like it's just like an all-timer. Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy, dude.
Tommy Boy's
great
fucking
movie.
goated.
I killed my pet.
Here comes Amos. New guys in the corner, puke his guts out. Oh, oh. Here comes the vet. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. Tommy Boy's a great movie. Well, what movie do you think is better, Anchorman or
Never seen it.
You've never seen Anchorman?
Never seen Anchorman.
Dude, what?
So by default, Step Brothers. Yeah.
You know what's a really
Easy
good movie?
loves Ernest goes to camp. Actually, the best Ernest. That's fucking just. Jeff's favorite scary movie is Ernest Saves Halloween. That's facts. Ernest Scared Stupid, Jeff's favorite scary movie. JB's Leprechaun in the Hood.
You know what's dude? Leprechaun 2?
Leprechaun 2 is not bad. No, wait. Hold on, wait.
You know what's a good movie that slept on is The Other Guys.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
with
That's Will Ferrell and
Will Ferrell and Mark
Yes,
Wahlberg.
yes.
Fucking
Hey,
The Rock.
Hey,
and Samuel
Bitches better be
L.
wearing jimmies.
Hey, what's
Jackson.
your,
Don't take no shit.
what's your last desk pop?
Yeah, what's the last desk
Yeah.
Apartment Pop. When they in the beginning when they're standing on the roof, The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson aim for the bushes, and they just jump off the skyscraper. There weren't any bushes, and then they're at their funeral and they're fucking fighting, and all the cops are like make like a wall around them so Mark Wahlberg can fight that guy, and they're all like whispering, like, "Yeah, beat his ass," because they're in the middle of a funeral.
There's
Oh, dude, that movie's so funny.
the best part of that movie is fucking.
Can I get a hello? Says Mike Hilton.
What's that from? Ernest.
Probably. I couldn't tell you.
No, best part of that movie is
Saves
fucking when they get the car back. He's like, "We had a 3 orgy in your car. Dirty Mike and the boys."
Dirty Mike and the Thanks for the fuck check. Dirty Mike and the boys. Oh, man. Did you just scream America when you stepped on the gas? Dude, it's such a good fucking movie.
That's definitely underrated. That one's funny as fuck.
And the guy keeps bribing them with tickets that they're trying to arrest. Like, he gives them tickets to the next game, and they go, and they're like, "Was that a bribe?" And they're like, fuck yeah, and they leave and they go back and they're like, all right, this time, and they give them like opera tickets. They're like watching Jersey Boys, and they're like, fuck, we did it again. And they get up and leave.
You know, it's underrated too. Well, I don't think it's underrated, but like people forget about it. 40-Year-Old Virgin.
40-Year-Old Virgin is
funny
great.
as fuck.
I never seen that.
This is how
man,
you.
so
This is
good.
how you talk about your women. She was hurting for a squirtin'. Bro, you better keep your biatch on a leash.
Yeah, she was a hoe.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
I feel like I've seen that movie like just through clips on the internet.
Yeah.
Like I've seen so many
The
clips
Kevin
that
Hart
hey,
part.
put your bitch on a leash.
I didn't understand those words, so I'm gonna take them as disrespect. Hot Tub Time Machine, dude, slept on comedy
I've
movie.
seen it, but I forgot.
Hot Tub Time Machine is one of the best like recent comedy movies.
Tropic Thunder. I did start watching that the other day at my boy's house. His girlfriend turned it off.
Tropic Thunder's
I
great.
almost was like, dog. Yeah. Is this your fucking? Are you the man of the fucking house?
Dude, Hot Tub
You
Time
let her
Machine
turn off the
is
fucking.
so fucking
You let her
good.
hold the remote control. Who's fucking? Is this her house or your house, bud?
When the fucking guy who doesn't have the arm in Hot Tub Time Machine, they go back in time, and every time like he gets stuck in a situation where it looks like he's about to lose their arm, they're all like doing something important, like chasing somebody or something, and he gets like stuck in an elevator and his arm's hanging out, and they all just like stop and they're like, oh, and it doesn't happen. They're like, oh man, what the fuck? I swear that's what it was gonna be. After he gets his ass beat, he's fucking drunk on the roof. Just like yelling shit out that like happens in the future. He's
Oh
like,
yeah.
He's like, John Lennon gets shot. He's like, oh wait, did that already happen?
Gotta mention Borat too.
First
Borat's
Borat.
iconic.
At that time
Yeah.
it was funny as
Yeah,
fuck.
Borat's not funny anymore.
Well, it's like, is it real or fake?
It's 100% fake, I think.
Yeah, that's what I think so too.
I think that's real.
I think it's real.
The there's like a.
It's still just
They didn't put it in the
hilarious to me.
movie. I
I'm
don't know if
immature.
this is fucked up or not, but like I had like the DVD, and he's at this pet store. He's like, he's like getting ready to check out the dog, where the fuck it is. He's like, now which dog do you recommend for soup?
Yeah.
He's like, what? She's like trying to get the cage back for him. She's like, no, you can't put the dog in soup.
Oh man, a lot of great movies.
Spinny, where you been losing all that weight, fam?
Planet Fitness, because you can go to Planet Fitness and beat the shit out of Low E. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone, where you can work out in a home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. You can get a full body workout in 30 minutes at a 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $10 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card for $24.99 and get the use of all the amenities. Of course, high school students can work out for free all summer long thanks to the High School Summer Pass. For more information or to join today, visit your local Planet Fitness or go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media. Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on audio platform, leave a 5-star review, especially for JC. I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. You know, we got Eazy, we got JB, we got Chris Platte, and we got JC walking through. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. I'll see you on Monday. So what's going on about James Harden?
Yeah, so I was listening to Zach Lowe's podcast. Shout out Zach Lowe. It's one of my favorite NBA podcasts. And he found, through people he was talking to about the James Harden situation, this really obscure clause in the CBA that not a lot of people know about. And so what it is a player that is entering the final year of their contract if they are to withhold from camp or from just like basketball related activities for 30 days, then that team now owns their contract rights in perpetuity, meaning that no matter what, this guy, they cannot sign with another team. So James Harden is the example, right? If James Harden chooses to sit out because he's saying on Twitter, oh, I'm comfortable with this getting ugly, and both sides have kind of dug in between him and Daryl Morey in trying to get out of Philadelphia. And so James Harden, if he is to sit out, then what Philly can do is Philly can own his draft, or not his draft rights, but his player rights in perpetuity, and they can bench him for the whole year, and he cannot sign with the next team until he gets the blessing from Philadelphia and Daryl Morey. And the even crazier part about this part blew my mind, is that all professional sports, meaning that this guy James Harden could not even go play in the Euro League if he wanted to. Like, he would have to essentially, if he wants to sit out, he would have to retire.
Damn.
It's a crazy thing I found out about. I don't think it's going to get there. I think James Harden will probably he'll do what he did in Houston and just play like half-hearted, like, you know, just kind of sulk and pout on the court.
Put the fat suit on.
Yeah, put the fat suit on. Those are crazy. I've been seeing those images pop up.
Yeah.
I forgot that was a time we lived in. But that's crazy. They literally, the team will own their draft right, or their players' rights in perpetuity, and you have to get that team's permission to sign somewhere else if you were to do that.
That is wild. How do you feel about that?
110%. Craziest thing I've ever heard. How could they do such a thing?
Have you ever seen Wild Hogs?
Yeah.
Dude, that movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, that movie's not that funny.
Who's like your least favorite actor to see in movies?
Kevin Hart.
Really?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart fucking sucks.
The Rock sucks.
No.
What
The
about
Rock is
Game Plan?
The Rock is a terrible
I like
actor.
Game Plan.
The Rock has 2 good movies.
I think Kevin Hart's worse than The Rock.
So you love Central Intelligence, huh? That's your favorite movie?
That's probably their best movie together.
They have more movies together?
Dude,
yeah,
they did like
fuck
12.
ton of yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, no, I heard Jumanji's really good.
Bro,
I never saw Jumanji.
I also
not
don't
really
need
good,
another
it's straight,
Ice Cube and Kevin Hart movie while we're at it.
Yeah, no.
I don't need one of those.
Like, it's crazy because, like, they fucking suck. But they just the name value?
Yeah.
They continue to make money. I don't understand it. Am I wrong here, Jay? Like, are they good? Like, am I...
Those movies wouldn't sell in a small town.
The movies wouldn't sell in a small town. That's for sure, brother.
I don't know. I kind of like The Rock and Kevin Hart. I mean, they don't have to be in every single movie together. Like, that's way too much. But
What's the best one? What's their best movie?
The Rock's movie?
No.
Walking Tall.
Yeah. Yeah, The Rock's not like
That's
that
his
bad.
only.
I don't know why you hate The
That's
Rock
his
like
only
that.
good movie. That
I'm
and like
okay.
Gridiron Gang. Those are his only
Gridiron's
good
good.
movies.
Yeah, see, just stop. You're disrespecting them.
Those are his
IMDb.
only good movies.
Game Plan.
Game Plan sucks.
Game Plan did not suck.
What about
Game
fucking?
Plan
What's the?
didn't suck.
Yeah, it does.
Game Plan doesn't
No.
suck.
Game Plan sucks.
You're
Doesn't
wrong.
suck,
What's
but
the
it's not
other
good.
one? Fucking
Scorpion
Tooth
King?
Fairy.
Okay, now that
Tooth
was
Fairy
terrible.
sucks.
That was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, you can say Tooth Fairy sucks. Did anybody see Shazam? Or Black Adam, was it?
Black
Yeah.
Adam. No,
Black
I
Adam.
heard it was trash though.
Bro, Moana
It's not that great.
fucking killed
Never
me.
seen Moana.
Moana's great.
That doesn't count.
Why?
Voice acting does not
Kids,
count.
honestly, I can go on and I can explain every natural phenomenon. The moon, the stars, the clown. Man, that was we just messing around.
Voice acting does not count.
You know who I think sucks? And people say he's good? Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't think I've seen another Bautista movie. You know who does suck? And people actually think he's good and he's in like a bunch of movies?
Don't say it.
Jason Momoa.
Thought you were say John Cena.
Okay.
Who?
John Cena.
No, John Cena's pretty good.
What's that movie where they're their parents in like
Top blockers.
Yeah,
Guy
dude.
haven't seen that.
He's so fucking funny in that movie, dog. He's like fucking. He does like a butt chug.
Didn't we do this already? Who's the best WWE actor?
It's
Fucking
Rock.
Kevin Nash
It's The Rock.
or Stone Cold.
Yeah, but Stone Cold plays
Stone Cold
himself
played
kinda.
a racist.
Yeah.
That's how,
He's
that's
from
how a
Texas.
white man plays the guitar.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
he a small town guy?
Mississippi Queen.
Taylor Swift, the man. The Rock was in that music video.
Ugh.
Dude,
The Rock was in Fortnite.
the worst. Jason Momoa. That's what I said. Did I say something else?
Did you watch Free
Did I
Guy?
say Samoa? That's just the fat meat.
No, I
coming
think you
out.
said Jason
Yeah, I
Momoa.
thought you said
Or did I
Jason
say
Momoa.
mimosa?
I thought you said Momoa.
Jason Mimosa.
Jason Momoa sucks.
Black Adam. It's just Adam as a black guy doing blackface.
Peninsul's a bus.
Ah, damn! Peninsul's a bus.
I still think we should do the Black Amish movie.
We definitely should.
Don't you just hate electricity?
Don't you just hate electricity? I'm trying to look. Oh, no. Yeah, no, The Rock doesn't. I mean, he really has like.
The Rock has no good movie. He has 2 good movies.
But he's still the best of the
That's
WWE
a
guys.
very, very low bar.
They said LeBron in Space Jam.
No, I didn't see the
LeBron Space Jam was fucking awful.
I didn't see it.
It was
That movie
weird.
was
He was
terrible.
almost better acting like when he was speaking to the cartoons than he was to the people.
Yeah. After I saw him took away Lola Bunny's Big Naturals, I boycotted that movie.
I know. What was before we go to LeBron? What's the movie with the girl comedian?
Amy Schumer.
Yeah, he's in like one movie with her or whatever.
Couldn't tell you any
He was
Amy
fucking
Schumer
awful.
movies.
He's like, I'm LeBron James.
My vagina. Amy Schumer is not
Is
funny.
it like car wreck or
He gave her
something
Chris Rock
wreck?
voice.
My vagina. That'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all tapping into the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening
the rundown
on audio platforms, leave a 5-star review. For the man to my left, the one and only Speak Easy, Chris Platte in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos. I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend.
See you guys.
Peace.
Hit the like button. Love you.